Good afternoon. Please, don't be shy. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here again for the closing session of the Cultural Education for Tomorrow conference. We are also... Oh, you're sitting down. Okay, why not? Yeah, do like, it's a very informal setting, as you see. We are also we have started the webinar, so there is also people following online, and we decided to start the closing session with a nice video. Did you enjoy it? Okay, thanks. It's yours. The applause is for the video makers here at our right. So, and then we take a very short amount of time in trying to wrap up some of the discussions that we had during the conference, especially during our workshop sessions. So I invited on stage some friends that were at the workshops, and I will invite them to help me in wrapping up the sessions of the workshops that we did together. First one was about marginality and social inclusion. Emiliano, it's yours, no? I noted down some keywords, thanks to my friend Milo, who was moderating. One is connection, creating an emotional bridge between people and between operators and teenagers or children is the starting point of every project. And the other one is responsibility. So can cultural organizations be agents of change among people at the margins? Shall we take this responsibility or not? What should we do? There were different perspectives in the group. So what would you add, if you would add something, and what do you take home from the workshop?
Connection is the word that I bring home, the most important word that I bring home. First one, because here we are working to connection between Italy and Holland, Netherlands, but at the same time, because we need to try the connection, to find the connection between art, cultural, and new generation. This is the first important connection we have to work on. The second connection is, because we are talking about marginality and social inclusion, is connection between different social situation, different personal economic situation. We have to work not just to one problem, but we have to create a connection between different teens and young. This is the word that I bring home.
Okay, thank you. So, you want to give a round of applause to it? Thank you. Second one is early childhood. I will do it alone because most of the presenters of that workshop already had to leave. The workshop was built around a shared challenge, especially when children are very young. If you want to reach them, you have to connect with families. So the connection with families was really at the core of the discussion that we had in the early childhood workshop. It's about choosing the right time and space. So we talked about neighborhood projects and projects that are outside the conventional spaces of culture. And we talked about break down some barriers, like doing a friendly communication, speaking many languages in order to break down the language barrier for communities that don't speak our language. But also maybe break down economical barriers, like with systems with free, without paying activities, but also with systems like pay what you want, or working also on the economical barrier in order to reach many kind of families and many kind of children. So that was for the early childhood. And the third one was diversity and representation. Lucio is here with us. I noted down some keywords. One, community was probably the most the buzzword of the workshop, the importance of creating spaces, also temporary spaces, safe spaces, where different identities can freely express themselves. Engagement without patronizing, so how do you connect with communities without being too indulging or patronizing towards them. And also we talk about questioning privileges and power. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think that one of the central point of our workshop was about the word inclusion itself. So we asked ourselves if we can find new words to work on this topic, and we talked about belonging. So finding new way to not only to include communities, but to build new communities. And we also talked a lot about the need in processes in inclusion to find solutions and about solutionism. And so the need to leave the idea to solve problems, and Valentina thankfully quoted Donna Haraway when she says stays with the trouble. So we opened also about the theme of inclusion in the need to stay with the people we think we need to include and to build new communities. And we talked a lot about feeling at home and building houses. So I would leave on this image.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. Then we come to today's workshops. We started with how to co-design with schools. Again, I noted down some questions, some keywords, and then I have Irene. From project to program, it is essential to work on the medium long term with schools if you want to make a real impact on children, but also on teachers. In relation inside outside was another keyword. So shall we build programs within schools and within school hours and curriculum, or outside? And there were different perceptions and a bit of debate on that. And co-training with teachers was another topic. We need a common language with teachers in order to carry on with our programs. What do you think about it? How could you comment on that?
I would say that the key concept for me to bring home would be to build a common language between the different entities that necessarily have to be involved when a project is to be carried on in a school. We as entities that come from outside the school, we need to do our part to try and develop this common language. And I think that by carrying on this dialogue with an effective common language, we can get to that transformation of projects into programs. So that idea that our presence as a language that will be currently spoken culturally and artistically in schools can be something that one day will be taken as necessary and as part of the cultural and educational process.
Thank you. Fifth is sustainability and impact, and I have Saskia here on stage. Sometimes the scale of the projects is in itself a challenge. If we want to have project with an impact, sometimes when you have a lot of beneficiaries, it means you have to adapt to different scales. It also means you have to deal with a big budget, which can be, of course, a wonderful thing, but also a challenge if you have to manage it, or sometimes also to report on it. We talk about evaluation, of course, and how to evaluate differently, how to go beyond the numbers, how to build evaluations with the beneficiaries. That has been suggested as a possible way out, or a possible way to do evaluation in a different way. And then we talked about advocacy, how to set a dialogue, the necessity to set a dialogue with the funders, with the decision makers, to also to try to convince them that that of course they need numbers, but we also, it's important that we build another kind of narration around our project and around impact. Please, can you comment on that or tell us what you take home?
Yes, especially about the narration, we talked about that figures and numbers don't say a lot. Of course, they say where the money is going to and how many people you maybe have been reaching. But we are much more interested in having stories, good stories. So tell stories about your projects, and those stories have also impact on the fundraisers and the funds. It's good to do, for instance, interviews with participants of the project. You can do observers. You can observe what happened and then give a report of that. So that's, in addition to figures, it's a very good thing. But in a way, we have to teach the funds also, because they are not used working that way. What I take out of it also is the word trust. That it came forward that trust is very important to have between participants of a project, but also between funds and the project, between schools and art educators. So when you have trust, you can build your network and you get the worth out of it that you want. And one participant mentioned the design thinking, and I think that was very useful too, to use that as a method. When you start a project, you involve immediately all the people that are involved. So the end users also. You design something for children, so get them along the way and keep on evaluating with them and just make the project better. So then you have real sustainability and real impact. So I think that was very useful too.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Last workshop, we were quite tired, but at the end, I have to say, European dimension, I noted down 2 keywords. One was strategy, growing up at European level, both for a territory and for projects. It's a matter of objectives, structures, skills, and time. It's not something you improvise. It was our friend Lino, especially, who was elaborating on this point. And another word, of course, is exchange. Exchange of, like, also job exchange and mobility of students, like in your case. But rather than building networks, we should be focused on implement a culture of networking and create empty spaces that we can fill with other people's ideas. What did you like most? What do you take home, Valentina?
So I think that, sorry for my rusty English, first of all, because I think that we should organize a second occasion like this to go deeply in these topics, because I think it's very important talking about a strategy, like Lino said, and it's not forgone for our organization to find spaces and timing to work on elaborating strategy to make exchange in methodology, but also in the sustainability point of view. And the European dimension is very interesting, but I think we need more spaces to co-design together and exchange our experience for we, the professionals, to mix our ideas and to welcome the ideas of our students and people.
Okay.
Thank
you. Okay. I will ask you to join your colleagues. Grazie mille. Thank you. Vi applaudono ancora. We are going to start soon with the panel, with the closing talk of the conference. But before that, I will ask you to once again join our Slido platform, because we will ask you to ask questions to our panelists in a few moments. Okay, great. And once again, to break the ice with Slido, which can be tricky at times, we start asking you some questions. This is not the most serious. The other are more serious. But you can, okay, you are already answering. It's a really like post-lunch question. Okay, we have different opinions. Oh, someone was disappointed. Okay, so this was just to break the ice with Slido, but I see you are already 48, 50 people more or less have voted, so you're there. Thank you. Okay, now, okay. So this was our first question for you, but maybe we can pass on to the second, which is slightly more important. Which kind of keyword you would associate now with cultural education that you would not associate with cultural education before this conference? What is the new keyword that comes in your mind after these 2 days relating to cultural education? "13 participants are typing." Okay. Connection, trust, learning. Then I can see cohesion, dialogue, community, confidence, which is similar to trust, and the yeast, the famous yeast. Someone was talking about yeast in our workshops. Il lievito, no? In Italiano, lievito. The culture is the yeast. Movement, vi è piaciuto, you liked it. Co-creation, open space, bottom-up, daily life. I see that connection, learning, trust, and yeast are winning this competition. There is someone that wants to just comment on that, like maybe some who has written one of these words. Also, daily life is quite up and up. Child perspectives, of course. Empathy. There is also mandatory. There is someone that is more strict on that. Oh, daily life is getting up and up. Who are the daily lifers? The one who are answering daily life? There. I know you. I knew. Unlearning is getting more points. Who are the unlearners? Unlearners? Okay. Shall we go to the next one? Did you take a wonderful picture? Someone is taking a picture. And which topics do you think that we need to discuss more after these 2 days? We opened a lot of doors, but which one would you choose for the next round? Money. Money was the very first word I saw. Unboxing, like art itself. Ecosystems was evaluation. No, please. And a whole conference about evaluation, then we can die. Ecosystems is getting high funding and sustainability. They mixed. Sustainability maybe is also on a green point of view. I don't know, in some of your minds. Diversity. Then I say future of art education, film education, international projects, new trends. Reflection, marginality, kids. Who can explain to me unboxing? Who answered unboxing? Sarah, can you explain to me unboxing? Can someone give a mic? Because otherwise, online they don't. Because otherwise, the webinar is not listening to you.
We said that because we put a lot of people or things in boxes, and we keep talking about things that have been put in boxes, like marginality, and we think we should unbox.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Next. And this is a classical question for you to finish this short round of interaction. What are you carrying back? It can be an object, something nice that you were buying at the market yesterday in Trento. Something to eat. Something to eat, yeah, like inspiration. A lot of work, luggage, thank you. Thank you for being in a dialogue with us. I love Italy, thank you. Maybe it's an Italian that writing after 2 days of atmosphere, awareness. What a word, awareness. Fridge magnet, great. New context, frustration. No, please, who is the frustrated one? More than once. You are shy, frustrated and shy. You're not telling that. No. Okay. Hope. Wow. Passion. Limoncello. Certo. The hotel soaps. Okay. Wonderful projects, proactivity, and friendship. Nice. Okay. 4, 6 are already are typing. More strength. Move to Holland. Okay. We have the embassy. No, you don't do this thing. Safety. Okay, a sharpened vision maybe is there. New accomplices. Okay, thank you. Passion, and hope, and frustration, and new ideas. Okay, it's a nice mix. Thanks a lot. Do we have other questions? I don't think so, but I don't remember. Well, can someone tell me if we have? No, we don't have other questions. But you are now connected with Slido, so you can ask your questions for the panelists of the final talk that I will invite to join me on stage. The ones that are here in Trento, some of them are connected online, hopefully. Arianna, Natasja, Eugenio. Okay, this very last talk that we prepared for you is called Policies and Strategies. So we invited to round up the conference some people representing organizations that are making the policies or making the strategies, or sometimes issuing grants or schemes of support or financing for our cultural education projects. So we thought that it was important to involve them in the discussion, and especially at the end, so that they have seen what we discussed. They were there also these 2 days, most of them, and they can also react to what happened in this couple of days. So my guests here, I think I presented them to you, and I will ask them to present their organizations and the activities that they are doing to be in support of the cultural sector in cultural education projects. This is the round of questions that I will ask you. We have 2 other guests connected with us online, I think, and I asked to my colleagues behind the scenes to tell me if their connection is up and running, but we will start from here, from Trento, with Arianna Spigolon from Turin, from Compagnia, Fondazione Compagnia di San Paolo.
Thank you.
Scusami.
Okay, please, there is my presentation. Yes. Hello. First of all, thank you for these rich days. It was a moment very interesting to think about everything. So, Compagnia di San Paolo is a philanthropic foundation that operates in the northwest of Italy, and this foundation is organized in 3 goals. There are also 3 departments: planet, that works about planet, culture, and people, persone. About culture, our aim is working to ensure that culture is a driving force for a sustainable and lasting development. So culture that contributes for achievement of 17 sustainable goals of 2030 agenda. And culture is a key for us, for the development of society and the growth and well-being of individuals. First of all, when we speak about children, in the period of their life when they start exploring the world, start building their personality, creating relationship, and imagining their role in the future. So this vision of culture contributes for us to the goal of our educational department. You find here the goal that is promoting opportunities in which children and teenagers can fulfill their potentials. So education is a common challenge, and education has to be addressed with an integrated integrated approach that we find in educational communities. What are they? Local communities made up by different organizations, different institutions that with schools and families take care for the children of their community in different ways, but in a complementary way, inside the school and outside the school, in a formal way or in an informal way. So this is a key for us, and the relationship between schools and cultural organizations have to include it in this framework. So the challenge for cultural organizations for us is to stay in educational community, and this goes on two directions. Cultural organizations have to recognize themselves like a key components of the learning path, but also cultural organizations have to be recognized by the other components, and this is not so common and so easy in Italy for us. So our action goes in this direction. So we have built a systemic strategy between culture and education that combines grants for cultural organizations, experimental projects, and systemic and widespread action. So I show you some examples. I have no time to describe these projects, but if you are curious, we can speak about after the panel if you want. So we show you some projects where you see the combination between experimental projects and systemic actions. For example, about early childhood, we have Famiglie 06, that is an experimental project in Turin, where museums, other cultural organizations, and socio-educational organizations work together to reach families, often families that are far from cultural experience, that don't consider cultural experience in their habits, and is a way to create a new link, a new relationship with them. Then, Cultura per crescere, culture for growing, is a call for proposal in Piedmont that has the aim to promote cultural welfare policies and practices developed by networks, local networks, composed by public administrations, educational institutions, cultural organizations, social, also health services. And this is a big challenge. Other for 14 years old children, La Bella Stagione, the Good Season, is a summer integrated program created by cultural organizations. But the interesting element is that this program is created in agreement with municipality and schools to create continuity between school periods and summer. And other Consonanze, that is an action research project about orchestral music education. And in this project, our aim is to enhance the role of music in the development of skills for children, but also to create strategic alliances between cultural organizations and school. So, many projects, but this is the thing that I want to share with you, and I'm happy because many of these words we have were part of our conversation, so our vocabulary. These are some features that we have in every project I show you. First of all, networks. Network is has our priority. Networks with many components, many different organizations, and based on a common language, an identification of common goals. Mutual knowledge is very important, to know each other, to work together. Also constant dialogue and co-design, cooperation. Then the investment on training for professionals, investment on hybridization perhaps, and contamination between different sectors. And also the development of parental skills when parents are involved in our projects. So then you have long-term projects. After the project, also a dissemination planning and monitoring and evaluation to obtain evidence that are data-driven. So these features are, in our experience, the guarantee about the effectiveness, the sustainability, and the duration of our initiatives. A way to pass from the project approach towards a systemic action, towards a strategy. So this is for Compagnia di San Paolo. Thank you.
Thank you. Then for the second intervention, we should, yes, it works. Hi to our speakers. We thought to pass the word to the Ministry of Culture. We have with us Bruno Zambardino from the General Directorate of Cinema and Audiovisual. The intervention of Bruno will be in Italian, so I say to our friends here in Trento, our Dutch friends, to connect with their headphones, and I will give you some seconds to do it. Maybe you need them. Bruno Zambardino is responsible of a scheme, of financing scheme that we have been talking in some of our workshops also this morning, I remember. That is one action that is connecting the Ministry of Culture and the Ministry of Education in Italy. So it's something important that you probably should know about. Please, Bruno, prego, ti passo la parola. Grazie di esserti liberato per essere qui con noi.
Grazie per l'invito. Mi sentite?
Sì, perfettamente, direi.
Bene, a me fa particolarmente piacere intervenire in rappresentanza del Ministero della Cultura e in particolare della Direzione Cinema Audiovisivo, perché diciamo, i temi toccati, ho ascoltato anche l'ultima parte del panel precedente in cui mi ritrovo molto in alcune keywords come quella della valutazione, del funding. A un certo punto è emerso anche il tema del film education e in particolare vorrei soffermarmi proprio su questa linea di attività che è prevista dalla nostra legge cinema audiovisivo da ormai 4 anni, e noi in collaborazione con il Ministero dell'Istruzione e del Merito abbiamo varato un piano nazionale per la film education. Il titolo è Piano Nazionale Cinema e Immagini per la Scuola. È un piano molto ambizioso che innanzitutto, ecco, a proposito di funding, dà gambe a questi progetti, perché voi dovete considerare che il fondo che noi gestiamo attualmente per finanziare il settore audiovisivo nel suo complesso ammonta a 750 milioni di euro e con grande lungimiranza il Parlamento, quando ha varato la nostra legge, ha inserito una norma, quindi di legge primaria, che prevede che almeno il 3% della dotazione di questo fondo, quindi fate voi i calcoli, oltre 20 milioni di euro, sia proprio destinato al potenziamento delle competenze nel cinema e nell'audiovisivo, alla alfabetizzazione, all'arte e alle tecniche di media, di produzione e diffusione delle immagini. E questo ci ha consentito appunto di iniziare a programmare una serie di bandi destinati sia direttamente alle scuole di ogni ordine e grado, sia ad enti specializzati nel settore, penso alle cineteche, agli archivi, al mondo dei festival, delle rassegne, che evidentemente in stretta collaborazione con le istituzioni scolastiche mettessero appunto dei progetti di alfabetizzazione. La nostra ambizione nei prossimi anni, insieme, ripeto, al Ministero dell'Istruzione e del Merito, è come dire, di includere nei percorsi curricolari nelle scuole di ogni ordine e grado l'insegnamento del linguaggio cinematografico audiovisivo. Anche, questo è un elemento molto importante che sottolineo, come strumento educativo che sia anche in grado di facilitare l'apprendimento e quindi essere, diciamo, utilizzato trasversalmente anche in altri percorsi curricolari. Dato che non c'è molto tempo a disposizione, vorrei condividere soltanto alcune slide, però dovrei essere abilitato e non lo sono, quindi se non è possibile vado avanti.
Penso che...
Ecco,
Ok.
perfetto, adesso lo sono. Non so se vedete sullo schermo le slide.
Sì, adesso vediamo, sì, vediamo le tue slide. Ce n'è una
Perfetto.
verde, gialla e
Queste
rossa.
perfetto, queste sono, diciamo, le 6 diciamo, finalità strategiche del piano, quindi sono anche molto ambiziose, no? Si parla di comprensione critica del presente, si parla anche di contrasto alla diffusione della distrazione comunicativa, lotta all'analfabetismo iconico. Sono tutte, diciamo, tematiche che noi inseriamo all'interno dei bandi proprio per, diciamo, creare delle premialità. L'altro elemento di particolare interesse è che, diciamo, con la nostra legge del 2016 e quindi anche con il varo, come vedete sotto ci sono alcuni dati chiave delle prime edizioni di questo piano, di fatto abbiamo dato continuità a due momenti molto importanti per il nostro paese legati appunto alla Film Education, uno storico del 99 che appunto era la famosa riforma di Mauro Berlinguer per il piano nazionale promozione didattica del linguaggio cinematografico audiovisivo nella scuola e poi più di recente la buona scuola sotto il governo Renzi. La differenza fondamentale però è quella che vi dicevo prima, cioè noi con questa legge abbiamo anche dato risorse importanti, come vedete quasi 40 milioni di euro assegnati nelle prime edizioni, 800 progetti di scuole ed enti sostenuti. La notizia che vorrei darvi, ecco, questa, diciamo, sono altri numeri importanti dell'ultima edizione del piano che si sta concludendo, oltre 700 progetti finanziati su 1000 richieste, di cui la maggior parte ovviamente presentati direttamente da scuole in collaborazione con enti e operatori professionali e 175 progetti invece di vario livello, sia diciamo, di rilevanza nazionale, alcuni di rilevanza territoriale, e siamo, come dire, riusciti a finanziare 700 progetti per 45 milioni di euro. Stiamo parlando di risorse veramente importanti, quindi è importante che anche il vostro pubblico abbia sottolineato l'elemento del funding, oltre a tanti altri elementi fondamentali, perché è fondamentale disporre di risorse e poi, se possibile, a livello di politiche pubbliche, erogarle nel modo più efficiente possibile. E con queste risorse siamo riusciti, come dire, ad arrivare a una percentuale ancora minimale di tutta la popolazione studentesca, stiamo parlando di quasi 650 milioni di studenti, quindi meno del 10% della totale popolazione studentesca, ma ci riteniamo soddisfatti e, diciamo, la cosa più che mi fa piacere ora qui in questo contesto segnalarvi, ecco, questo è il nostro portale nazionale Cinema e Immagini per la Scuola, dirvi che proprio ieri, ecco la notizia, abbiamo pubblicato i bandi della quarta edizione che si svolgeranno nel 23, fine 23, ma soprattutto 24 e 25, con ulteriori risorse. Quindi l'altro elemento importante, oltre alla valutazione, al monitoraggio di tutti questi progetti, è senz'altro anche la continuità che riusciamo a dare a questo tipo di progettualità. Io mi fermo qui per questo primo giro, spero insomma, di essere stato sufficientemente chiaro per raccontarvi questa esperienza a cui teniamo tantissimo, perché spesso si parla, no, di politiche che tocchino e coinvolgano, no, l'engagement delle nuove generazioni. Lo stiamo facendo, si può migliorare, ma siamo al momento soddisfatti insieme al Ministero dell'Istruzione e del Merito di come stanno andando queste attività legate appunto alla film education. Grazie ancora.
Grazie, grazie mille. Si sente? Sì. Grazie mille a Bruno. Torno all'inglese per la... I will switch back to English for the next presentation. After a couple of presentations more related to the Italian situation, Italian territory, we go towards the Netherlands with the intervention of the Fund for Cultural Participation, who is organizing, as you know, the conference. So I pass the word to Natasja.
Thank you. I'm Natasja Kraft, and I work at the Cultural Participation Fund in the Netherlands. But I feel really global today. So, and that's one of our assets, I think. We invest on international collaboration, and that I want to talk to you about a bit more. The Participation Fund is one of the 6 cultural funds we have in Holland. We work for our Department of Culture. The strange thing about the Participation Fund is that we are not discipline orientated. So we have a film fund, we have a theater fund. We are not discipline orientated, but we focus on participation and education, cultural education. I'm really impressed by all the stories today, and I think this is going to be a bit boring, but necessary because all the beautiful ideas and projects I heard today and yesterday, I think they deserve further collaboration and exploration, and I think we can help. We have a scheme called International Collaboration, and it's open until, I think, around halfway of 2024, because we are getting a lot of applications at the moment. So there is one thing you have to remember: don't wait too long. If you want to apply, connect with Lucien or me today. I said it, so don't call us somewhere around December next year and be disappointed that there isn't any money left. But the scheme is meant for projects or initiators to explore and perform international collaboration. I'm sorry. There is a reason why I'm not presenting any projects. And it's for our whole kingdom. We have what we call the wet part of Netherlands, but we also have the Caribbean islands. And I don't know if it was on one of the sessions, but I think I heard someone speak about a possible collaboration with Aruba. That's possible in our schemes as well. So we have a very simple scheme that's called Exploration, which is for Dutch participants to go or for people from abroad to visit Dutch participants to explore what's possible. So you don't need to have a real concrete project, but it's to see each other and hear each other and connect. There is also the scheme for collaboration, and that's when you are a bit further in knowing each other, knowing where you can work together, and you have an idea for a project or a program you want to perform. It's important to know that these schemes are only accessible for Dutch participants, but it's always a collaboration. So there is always a international partner who is in the application as well. So if you think this is interesting, make Dutch friends and find us. If you are interested, grab me or Lucien for today. If it doesn't work out today, find us. We have we have an English version of our website, and we are all there with our pictures, and you can connect and see us online or via email. But let's connect. We can make things possible. Yeah.
Thank you. You can pass the mic and the remote control to our next speaker. So we come back to Italy and to Trentino, Trentino Alto Adige, with a foundation based here in Trento, Fondazione Caritro, and we have here Eugenio, Giordano, Orsini, and I pass you the word to tell what your organization is doing on this topic.
Hello, everybody. First of all, let me thank the organizers, Centro Santa Chiara, BAM, and the Netherlands Embassy for organizing this event, which is very interesting and gave us, Caritro Foundation, the occasion to stop a little bit, think about what we are doing, and think about what we are doing on a different perspective. And also find, happily, that some words that we have put into the slides that you will see now are very similar to some of the words, which is makes me more comfortable. Fondazione, first of all, my first part is a kind of overview of what we are and what we do, our foundation. Then there will be an example of a cultural education project, and which is the tool that we use to grant. And the third part is some considerations of what we like in the concept of educational culture and cultural education, and the perspective for the future. Okay, this is three parts presentation. Who we are. First of all, we are a small grant-making foundation. We operate on a local level. We foster and promote social utility actions and economic development for the local community of Trentino. Of course, we are much smaller than Compagnia di San Paolo, and much, much, much smaller than Fondazione Cariplo that you will hear afterwards. Just to let you understand the dimension, we have an endowment of 450 million euros, and we usually make grants from, let's say, it depends from which year, 8 to 10 million contributions for grant making and organizing events and initiative of public utility. Okay, where we operate, where we go. We selected 4 activity sectors. which are considered crucial as to foster the growth of local community, which is scientific research, education at all levels, from the children to the medium schools and high schools, university, higher education, and continuing education. Culture is considered at all levels, like volunteering associations, bigger associations, production culture associations, and going towards also the entrepreneurial culture. And then also social welfare. This is the fourth sector of intervention. We realized that the four sectors are not enough. We also considered 3 cross-sector strategic fields of action, which we believe are crucial and very important. We always, in each sector and in each intervention we promote, we always think about the young generations, the fostering active communities, and promoting future sustainability, not only from the green, let's say the green side, but also the future sustainability of the actions. How we operate. Normally, the supporting methods are, the first one, every foundation, every grant-making foundation gives financing to the projects, okay, grant-making. But this is obvious, but we started, like other foundations too, trying to do something more. For example, we try to offer some processes for know-how development of our interlocutors at all the partners and interlocutors of our activities. And then we try also to offer help to monitor the activities, the output, and the outcomes of the projects that we grant. And also we try to offer promotion and dissemination of the good practices of the community. So it's not only a question of money. Grant-making foundations are not only giving money, but are giving something else. The basic ingredients that we ask to the projects to be presented at our foundation are basically we always push for co-design and collaboration with other partners, even for the small voluntaristic associations in culture with small budgets, with small initiatives. We ask them to do it together with others. And so networking for us is a very crucial thing. And then we ask them to innovate and give added value to what they do, what they offer, and what is offered in their surroundings. And then aspects like congruity and generativity of resources and territorial distribution of what they are doing, which is widespreading opportunities to all the, in this case, Trentino local territory. Okay, this is, let's say, the basic ingredients of our activity. Now, I'm trying to entering into the cultural education and give you a project example. But first, before talking about this example, this simple project example, I would like to tell something about the tool that we are trying to use. This is a call for projects that we made from 8 editions. So we already have a little bit of time. We thought about this about 8 years ago. And this is a call which main goal, the principal item is ask schools and cultural or partners from the local territory of each school to co-design and project together. Okay, this is the focus. And then the characteristics of projects, normally they have to involve students for educational activities which are based on current relevant issues using different kind of languages, which is cultural, social, or also research languages. So in this call for projects, we see a lot of projects which are presented by cultural entities, associations, or museums, or others, with schools, and they represent basically the 50% of the demanding projects in this. And we noticed that there is in Trentino a big how can I say, effort to project together. What we asked them is also to experiment new different methods of teaching based on practical activities with cultural or scientific organization, okay? This is the example that I wanted to show you. I just, there was many examples I could bring here, but I decided to bring you only one example, which is also very, very simple, but it may be, I would say it would be quite significant. The title of the project is Teatro nella comunicazione green, so is the theater in green communication, okay? Is presented by let's say medium-sized organization. It's called Associazione Culturali Area, which is in Pergine, Valsugana. It's a city not too far from Trento. It's the fourth big city of Trentino. This is a project organized in co-design with a secondary school and a high school. So it's about 300 young students from 13 to 17 years old, and is made in collaboration also with Associazione H2O+, which is water, and they are very fond of sustainability, ecological sustainability. They are very used to work with school. The association, Area Association, is the association who manages the theater of Pergine. So they offer many things, events, cultural events into the theater, but also work with school and are also active on cultural productions, especially theater productions. In this project, they offer to the students the opportunity to work on a video, on a short video. We call it spot. I don't know if in English is the same translation, like a small video, like publicity, which its aim is offer awarenesses to the collectivity about the environmental themes. The students involved in this project work with experts in environmental themes and cultural languages, and they built, following some labs, they built together with experts the video. And so their creativity, their action can be shown in the all year long in Pergine Theater. Every time there is a movie to be broadcasted, the people on the audience can see this video. So the guys, the students are motivated on civic citizenship and environmental issues. They are involved in cultural activities, in cultural production. And so we believe this is a good example of how can culture and school work together to do something quite useful for the students that we will keep. And it will be useful also for the community of Pergine in this case, okay? I have some, I try to make myself some questions why invest in cultural education is useful. And here are some points of interest from the foundation's point of view. And I had many questions, many answers to this question. This is only few. First of all, is a cross-sectional challenge. Before you said something about unboxing. This is a good occasion of unboxing education and culture, which are not separate. They need to be considered together. Another thing is positive forms of contamination of views, experience, skill between different partners. If a cultural association or museum meets a school, they have different views, but working together on a project, on co-organizing a project, give them a very good opportunity of positive contamination. And then there is a student soft skills improvement, of course, awareness for young citizens and managers of tomorrow to be to learn something, always to learn something more, which is something different that they learn in the school only with the curriculum studies. The opportunity to meet other organizations is very important for the soft skills. And then the culture organization may offer new different tools for the teaching or educational innovation into the schools. School institutions, we believe that need to open, always think to open to the surrounding environment, because they are not a closed organization. Their job is give education to the students, but they also need to open and get some fresh air, some fresh ideas from the external environment. And cultural organization, from their point of view, may gain from a collaboration with the world of the schools and the professionals too, to meet young ideas and energies. So it's a kind of an exchange. And then cultural organization may get some more opportunities for thinking about their audience development and generational change, which, I don't know, in all over Italy or in Netherlands, but in Trentino is a kind of topic. Many cultural organizations need some intergenerational change. So investing in relations with young people, young students, it's an opportunity for them.
Okay.
I have something to say for expectations of tomorrow, but if you want, we can stop. We can stop and say that this for
yeah, maybe we save
afterwards,
it for,
if you want.
Q&A, or if it's the last part, we can
this is last
round
part.
it up.
This is just as you like.
Go for it.
Okay. What is our wishes and the expectation for tomorrow from our point of view? Expanding cultural project co-design, the culture of co-design in a local organization. Local organizations need to improve the culture of co-design. Engaging new communities and networks of cultural and educational actors, and this is something that I already heard before. Improve project management in sense of offer facilitation to co-design processes and labs to increase levels of ambition, feasibility, and quality of the projects. Doing the evaluation of the projects, many are very good projects, but the management of the projects could be improved. So our foundation, and maybe also other foundation, may think about offering some labs or co-design processes to do projects better. Okay. And then another item we were thinking about the future is increasing opportunity and tools for promotion and dissemination of good practices for the community. This is exactly what happened today and yesterday from this event. This kind of event is absolutely important for our organizations. We need to learn about the others, to meet the others. Networking is very, very important. And come on, let's say the last thing, but as you can see, it's not last, it's not least, expanding European vision of local organization, both educational, both cultural. In Trentino, the organization really need to face the strategic approach to get the opportunities of networking, of getting tools and getting resources which are offered at a European level. And this is, I repeat it, something that happened today, I believe. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will connect again with our webinar. Hi. Oh. Hello. Hi, Alessandra. I will give the word to Alessandra Valerio from Fondazione Cariplo in Milan for her presentation.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Alessandra Valerio and I work as a program officer at Cariplo Foundation in the Arts and Culture department. As most of you know, Cariplo Foundation is a philanthropic institution and we operate prevailingly as a grant-making foundation with a regional focus that is Lombardy. And in four main sectors that are culture, environment, scientific research, and in the social field. The arts and culture sector, the foundation has been traditionally one of the largest in terms of grant awarded and number of projects supported. And we deals also with cultural education. In its 31 years of existence, we have supported thousands of projects dedicated to young people and the role of education in shaping the individual. That is, for us, a fundamental right for the development of a more sustainable and inclusive society. Cultural education should reduce inequalities, stimulate cultural participation and active citizenship, and create opportunities for young people to experience art and develop skills consequently. Our long-lasting cultural education program is Live In, that supports music and theater workshops in senior secondary schools selected through call for proposal. The initiative is aimed at helping teenage students become familiar with the language of contemporary performing arts, but especially develop their skills through the practice of art and become protagonists in their life, as well as citizens who are fully aware of their role in society. The core principles of Live In are contained in the educational protocol developed and tested over more than 15 years of work, which affirms the value of partnership between schools and cultural organizations, the need for workshops to be coordinated by teams of teachers, and to actively involve the entire school community, projecting the action of children out of the school into the art of their own community. In addition to having contributed to enriching the knowledge and skills of a generation of students, the initiative supports schools first and foremost in integrating themselves more and more into local culture networks and, moreover, in becoming active players, able not only to benefit from the opportunities offered by local partners, but also to propose and produce cultural activities aimed at the community in their turn. An annual event involving schools and cultural professionals participating in the Live In project is the Live Action Festival, in which students stage an excerpt of their performances. The festival is a fundamental moment of cultural expression for young people and an opportunity for exchanging and sharing processes and products realized each year by students, allowing them to get in touch with diverse experiences and stimulating the reflection on different ways of living cultural participation. Live In is co-designed and managed by ET Association and Alchemilla social cooperatives. The foundation supports cultural education mainly through two other initiatives: the program Fostering Reading and Discovering Culture. Fostering Reading, with it, our foundation invites key players in the book world to strengthen the school's ability to fulfill its social role in a more effective and sustainable way by experimenting with innovative intervention models that could eventually be disseminated nationwide. And with Discovering Culture, we want to bring kids closer to cultural places of our community with a particular attention to deprived neighborhoods and vulnerable families. It is based on three elements that are places of culture, active participation, and network of stakeholders. In fact, it consists in building itineraries for discovering the territory, providing visits to many cultural and community places of artistic, historical, and symbolic value, enhancing the relationship with experience of the participants, and paying special attention to new cultural resources brought by migrants. It aims at stimulating the imagination and creativity of girls and boys, making them protagonists in understanding the present, and it promotes collaboration with cultural venues, schools, and third sectors entities. Cultural education benefits from collaboration of cultural and social organizations to design intervention that really answer current societal needs, helping young people become agents of change. For us, it's really important that children, boys and girls, become active citizens and are put in the condition to decide for themselves and to help reach a more sustainable approach towards, all activities in everyday lives. To conclude, Cariplo Foundation has strategic connections, both at national and international level. In fact, for example, we support the Europe Challenge, that is a programs that address local challenges with creative solution. It is open a call dedicated to libraries that close mid-October. We invite you to have a look at it at the European Cultural Foundation website. Thank you.
Thank you. So we close with the intervention of the Embassy of the Netherlands. Bas, Ernst.
Thank you so much, Federico. Good evening, everybody. Buonasera. Thank you that you're all here still after these 2 long days. I'm very excited about what I heard during these two days, and I got a lot of inspiration by all the experiences that you shared with us. And what we will try to do now is explain a little bit how the embassy can help. When I started this job, I don't know how it's for you, but when I started this job, I didn't have a clue what an embassy could do for me. So what I would like to show is some of the projects that we are doing, what our role is, and I will do this very shortly, don't worry. And then I will give some insight in the instruments that we have and how we can help out. And if the remote helps me, yes. Our ambassador at the opening session already told, we're working this year on a huge program, which is called Voor, and we're doing that together with 4 major Dutch institutions, the Fund of Cultural Participation, for Literature, the Fund for Performing Arts, and the Dutch Platform for Cinema, CNL. And we're working together with 30 festivals, cultural organizations here in Italy, and that consists in a program of about 90 activities. And then you have to think about film screenings, book tours, authors, going to schools, but also to festivals. We're doing workshops like this and conferences. So it's a quite diverse program. And it's not something that exists somewhere that you publish an open call. There's a lot of work by the partners in setting up these kinds of activities. And to give you some ideas how this will work is the first, we are a partner of Bergamo Cultural Capital, and I'm not sure if Cristina Cazzola is still here. Yeah, there she is. And we are a proud partner of their really interesting program. They have this multidisciplinary international program. We have 6 Dutch companies present there, and we're really proud being there. And we love what they are doing, how they engage with the young audience. But to get there, of course, it takes some time. So we organized, my colleague Stefanos, he's sitting there. We organized together with the Fund for Performing Arts a visit with Bergamo and Segno d'Infanzia, which is all Cristina, of course, but also some other festivals. And we met theater companies. Some of them are here, like Maas and others. And we gave them the opportunity to see what's going on and what would fit best in their own program. And then we helped them out with the finances, like you all mentioned, what is needed, funds. And that's, of course, what we do together. Another project which was presented in these days was the Gifoni Film Festival. Antonia Grimaldi talked about how they work with different age groups. And we, together with the Platform for Dutch Cinema, CNL, we made possible that 4 feature films were present in the competitions, a lot of short films, but also we made a program that some of you have seen on Wednesday evening. We had a special focus on films for 3+, this age group. And when we did it here in Trento, we were all professionals, but back in Gifoni, we were with 300 kids, 3 and 4 years old, and they were all screaming and yelling and very enthusiastic. It was such a nice experience being there. So, important project for us, and very nice being there. Kids gives you a lot of positive feedback. We do a lot about literature. Every year we have about 30 Dutch titles that are translated into Italian. And that's not something that happens like this. There are translators, but this community, this population of translators is not growing. So we are doing projects on literature translation. And my colleague Stefano this week organized a workshop together with the Dutch Funds for Literature and the Flemish Fund on translations, especially for children and youth literature. So we had workshops with translators, but also meetings in a school. Other projects that we do is we invest a lot of time in making connections between Italian and Dutch organizations. When we have Maria Chiara Guerra here, and we put her in contact with Imagine IC, and they start working together. She went to Amsterdam, they came to Turin, and they did workshops with schools about immaterial heritage and identity, and it was really a marvelous project. Our projects are also about fun, of course, and we brought a delegation, they're sitting there, the Compagnia Malvista, we brought them in another visiting program to the Netherlands, and they meet the people of Fort van Verbeelding. And they did together a workshop about instrument making. And the nice thing about this project was that we have children and the older generation working together. They rehearsed, first they built the instruments, then they rehearsed, and they did a concert together. And these are really nice projects to work on. Chiara Boschero told us all the details about the projects for inmates and to give them some new chances. And they work together with Young Perspectives. We made the first contacts, but the credits for the projects is all up to them, of course. And yeah, we were happy together with CNL to support the presence also of 4 Dutch directors who engaged with the inmates, but also with the audience of this festival. So these were some kind of examples how you can work with us. What kinds of projects do we support? We support Italian organizations. So it's the opposite of what you say. For Dutch organizations, and you are here to become friends with Italian organizations. And what we can support is Italian organizations that present Dutch makers. But what we actually like is you, Dutch and Italian organizations collaborating together. And we have the instruments to support that. And what we also like is projects in which Dutch makers can create new work. So what are we looking for? We talked before a bit about co-creation. We like projects in which we meet pioneers, projects that do not exist yet, and you need some support to start it, to test it. And we are not afraid to take some risk, to work, but we need relevant projects, and that needs to be relevant on an artistic level, but also we are looking very much for projects that address social issues. What we also like is projects that have a potential for growth, and I don't mean that in an economic sense, but in growth on an artistic level, but also for the future, so sustainable projects. What we offer is a network. We have a lot of contacts in Italy and in the Netherlands, of course. We work closely together with all the foundations in the Netherlands. We can give some final support, but we are much, much, much poorer than these guys sitting next to me. Our average subsidy is about €3,500, so we are the champions of micro grants. Sometimes we give more, but Much more often we give less. So we do small projects, okay? We help out with communication because we think it's nice that you do a nice project, but people also have to know about your project, right? And also another thing in which our involvement is often requested is problem solving, like loan problems between museums, intercultural problems, and there are a lot of questions about permits and stuff like that. You don't need to contact us, but you know that if there is a problem, you can contact us, okay? So, if you are inspired during these 2 days and you are wondering how the heck do I make my project, reach out to Stefan or me. If you don't manage to do it today, here are our email addresses. Don't hesitate, don't be afraid. We are happy to help you. Thank you so much.
So, thank you. Thank you to you and to our 2 speakers online. I was reading some of your questions. We received a few questions on Slido. Some are very precise and small, some others are super big. But I think it's also nice if we hear your voices, since we have 15 minutes before many of you are running out to take a train, some directly to the Netherlands, so a very long trip. So before saying bye-bye, probably it's nice to hear your voice. So is there someone who wants to ask a question out loud to our speakers? Both are specific or are very general is okay. So, well, I have a specific one for Natasja that I was reading before, very, very specific, which was, can you run 2 projects at the same time, like an exploration and a collaboration?
I'm looking at Lucien because he's the expert.
I was telling you it was a very specific one.
Yeah. Can I give him the mic without any peeping or?
No, you can do it.
Hello, everyone. Longing for a drink? Yes, you can. Not with the same partner, but you, as a Dutch applicant, you can have a first phase with an Italian partner, and at the same time apply for another project with another partner for phase 2, for more collaboration. So yes, you can, and more information, of course, afterwards. You know where to find us.
And maybe stay here. Yep. I have another one. Okay. But is it possible? It's like for some seconds ago. Is it possible to apply to I think to your foundation or different Dutch organizations that want to work with the same Italian organization?
Come again?
Who is just sending this question? Maybe we can be more clear than that.
I think the question is clear. So more different Dutch organizations. More Dutch organizations wanting to work with one international partner.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So let's say there is one person, one institution who applies with a partner, and then can be more partners. So that's one variation, or there can be different applications. One Dutch party with an Italian party, and another Dutch party with the same Italian partner. So then we have 2 Dutch applicants, but concentrating on the same Italian partner. So this Italian partner is very happy. Yeah.
We have a question. Can you pass the mic down there?
That's
you can.
Marlies.
There is Greta.
Thank you. I am Marlies from the Netherlands. I was wondering, as a Dutch organization, can I apply in an Italian fund?
I don't think so, but let's try to answer to this question.
No, you can't. But you can find a partner, an Italian, for our foundation, a partner of the Northwest region of Italy. And so you can propose a project that is built in partnership.
The same rule applies at the on the other way around for the Dutch Cultural Participation Fund, no?
Yeah.
As Italians, we cannot apply, but yeah, of course. I think, Alessandra, I don't know if you hear us, but for Cariplo is the same. A Dutch organization cannot apply to your grants.
No, apart from the European project we support, that are open to all European not-for-profit organizations, and so you can, but our call for proposal are generally in Italian and are dedicated to local operators, or I mean association and not-for-profit organization. But you can you can link with them to realize activities in our territory, and so you can be, I mean, a partner of the local organization.
Okay, can I ask another question? If I find a partner and I have Italian-Dutch project, which I love to I don't know, but to happen somehow, can we also, like when we have activities in Holland by the Italian partner, is that also something subsidiable, funding by an Italian fund, or should everything from the Italian money be spent in Italy?
Territory, you're talking about.
You understand my question?
For us, for our foundation, yes, because we are linked with the territory where we are, but it's not the same for others. So, for example, we have some projects about mobility of cultural professionals. So perhaps it could be a project with a partnership, funded in a partnership with a local organization that invests on mobility. And this is a possibility. Or in the other direction, the same, a Netherlands artist or cultural operator that want to come here. This is a way to sustain collaboration.
Okay, thank you very much.
And of course, I would like to add something, and I'm happy to talk about money in the end. What is content? No, seriously, it's all about content ideas. Make them grow, please. After this conference, I told you to a lot of you. So the funny and nice part is that we finance almost all. The first step we finance 100%, the collaboration between Italian partner and Dutch partner. And the second step, more collaboration, we fund almost everything. So there's a need of co-financing, but you can also do that in a smart way. We can advise you into say, okay, we invest ourselves, hours, time, so money in this collaboration. So it's very, let's say, a low entrance kind of way. Please contact us.
Grazie. Do we have other questions from the audience? Thank for having broken the ice. Yeah, Sarah. Greta. Lucien, Greta, Sarah. Thank you. One. No, please. Thank you. She was about unboxing.
Yeah. It's only a very practical question. Do we get a list with the contact information of the organizations who were here? Because some people I want to email, but I didn't write down the emails and they already are gone. So
I think, I wish we could, but we can't. So grab everyone who is here right now and try to get in contact. And if you missed someone, contact me or Lucien and we can bring you into contact. Yeah?
Thank you. Bas?
Yeah, I would like to add something to that. We will reach out I think, together with BAM, to the Italian participants and ask also for your ideas for follow-up and how we can assist. So if the request is, I met this of this organization, can you help out? We will make the connections, and I trust the fund will do the same for the Dutch participants.
Okay. Do you speakers want to react to the other presentations or to things that we have been dealing with your speeches? No? So, if you want, I can take some other nice questions. Many want to say, want to know where is the after party. That was a very important questions that they sent on Slido. I would say on the train, probably, back. But if you have more serious questions, we are all ears. No, that's not a question, that's a chat. Yeah, go for it. There's a mic.
Yes, I think it's a funny question, but also an important question, since I think in these 2 days we listened a lot to nice presentations and good things from each other. And now I think it's time to network and to speak with Italian partners. And we had a lunch yesterday with Italian partners, and it was really great, actually. So when we talk about the after party, please, this evening will be nice to network after 2 days of presentations. So, a good question.
Maybe Giovanna can give us a tip where we can do like a meeting spot this afternoon. At the bar?
Giovanna, apparently they're asking if they can come to your house.
Yeah, I have just 2 rooms, little, but a very big garden. If you want to come.
They will.
It's yeah, near the wood. Yes, it's beautiful. Anyway, I think that now, if you want to meet again, I don't know, because here they have to start to build for the shows tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not. It's just that I think maybe in here in the
foyer.
In the foyer,
other part
yes.
of the building
If
are
you want,
still
yes,
maybe
you can
available.
stay if you want. Yes.
Maybe you can just give a check or ask to the theater, and so that we can tell the people,
yes,
maybe later.
Or maybe in one of the room upstairs. Or maybe in no. Because in the Proclaimer is not possible because they start to prepare for tomorrow too. I think, but maybe in one of the rooms that are
that were for the workshops and the presentation.
Okay.
You can just chill and talk.
I can tell you soon. Okay.
What?
We need a drink too.
Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
Well, thank you for inviting us here. We enjoyed the last 2 days very much. I want to suggest an idea for the next meeting. To have here also teachers and students from both countries that can work out, that can listen to the projects, but also maybe can work out some ideas. That they can give to us for future projects. So maybe a nice addition to the next meeting.
Absolutely.
I have no suggestion for the next meeting, but I think that we need the next meeting. I suggest to have this kind of meeting each year. And I say to the embassy that I'm available to sustain this kind of meeting. I have relation with, well, I don't know, 30, 40 different countries with a lot of embassy, but this way to think the collaboration is unique for Netherlands. Thank you very much. And I confirm availability from Puglia region to sustain next meeting. So you have to promise that we have next meeting, decide you when and where. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lino. Okay, it's 2 to 5. I think we have to close, or it's better to close so that people that has to leave can leave. I will say thank you to Alessandra that will close the connection, and maybe I will ask to some of the partners or if they want to say something to officially close the conference, or I look at Bas or Natasja or Massimo or Giovanna if they're there.
Well, I can say a few words. I would like to thank a few persons, of course. First of all, Massimo Ungaro and Giovanna Palmieri and the whole staff of Santa Kraft, the theater. Because without them, we couldn't have made it here. A big thank you to the whole team of BAM, Strategie Culturali, for the organization. The others. And a big thank you to the Fund for Cultural Participation. I reached out to them a year ago, suggested that we should meet on this topic, and we start working on it. And guess what? We are here with more than 100 people from the Netherlands and Italy. So a big thank you to the fund, but especially to you that you took the time to come here to share your ideas with us. Let's continue this. We have the invitation to go to Bari next time, so we go for it. Thank you so much.
There you go.